All right, everybody. So, Wrath of Ashardalon. This is the second board game in the D&D Adventure System cooperative game series. There's 5 of these. This is board game number 2, Wrath of Ashardalon. This came out in early 2011. And all of these D&D cooperative board games, they are all compatible with one another. And it's for 1 to 5 players, which is really cool. I think this is on Amazon and eBay. I think this is probably the rarest of all 5 and probably the most expensive. But I actually got all 5. I traded in a bunch of first edition, second edition hardbacks that I had doubles of, triples, quadruples. So I got a bunch of store credit, and that's how I got these. So I'm looking forward to playing these. I'm going to be playing these solo also, and I'm going to do a tutorial on all the mechanics of gameplay too. So let's open this up. I just took the plastic off, so I'm sure I'll probably get high like I did when I opened up Castle Ravenloft. This box is made out of a really nice, sturdy, it's definitely a really thick, like cardboard stock paper. So you'll get the rule book. This has all the rules, and pretty much the rule books are all the same. Maybe. Let's see. Of course, there's some different things. So yeah, but the mechanics and the rules are the same. Oh wow! So it looks like it's doing a couple more different classes this time. So in Ravenloft, there was the fighter, the rogue, the ranger, the cleric, and the wizard. So it looks like it's adding the paladin now. So we'll have to see. I don't know what classes are in here. This is the first time. Woo, the fumes are strong. And here's the adventure book. You can get this rule book online, guys, at the Wizards of the Coast website. Just go to the website, type in Wrath of Ashardalon, and you can download the rule book. And there's some other adventures, too. So there were 13 adventures in the first board game, so let's check this out. Looks like there's how many? Probably 12 or 13. The book seems like to be about as thick as the other one. There's 13 adventures in here, and I like it because each adventure is on its own page, and it tells you what special tiles you need, what special cards you need, or item cards, how many surges you start with, everything. I mean, this is so well put together, and they're so simple to play. I've read the rules already, and man, it's so simple to play. It's a simplified 4th edition rule set. So here's an insert for the D&D Essentials. I love Essentials. I love 4th edition. But if I was to play another campaign ever again, I would play Essentials because it's a watered down version of 4th edition. It gets rid of all the conditions, the ongoing damage and stuff. So yeah. So there should be 2 packs of tiles, and it looks like there's more dungeon stuff. So which is cool because Ravenloft had dungeon tiles like this, so they're compatible. And like I said, these games are compatible with one another. So you can take all of these and use them and shuffle them up and have fun and expand your game. So it looks like there's a new condition in Wrath of Ashardalon, because in the first one there was immobilized. I believe in Ravenloft it was immobilized and poisoned. So it looks like they are doing another couple, maybe. Let me break out the rule book. I see dazed. So let's see the different conditions that you can get put on you. I love these, man. There's your healing surges there. Encounter deck. How to expand. Let's see. Okay, so in this game, there's poisoned and dazed. So now we know that there's 3 conditions in the game. And Drizzt has immobilized and also has poisoned. So there's 3 conditions, which is still not bad at all. So yeah, there's the rule book. It tells you about everything. Let's open up these bad boys. I want to open them up. Let's get these things opened. I want to see these tiles. And like I said, each adventure tells you about the special tiles that it'll need or the special creatures. The creatures have their own hard character sheet like this. So there's a dragon. There's a rage drake. Ooh, an Otyugh. Ooh, so there's an Otyugh miniature. Orc shaman. There's a bunch of hit point tokens, and like I said, the tiles, you put these in a stack and you shuffle them up, and you randomly draw your tiles. Black diamonds, the black triangles mean that there's an encounter card. White means that there's no encounter for that tile. These black scorch marks probably mean that that's where the monster starts, because every round on your turn there is a monster that is on the tile. And the encounter is random, so it just depends on the tile you pull. So that's pretty cool. So these are all the regular tiles. Doesn't look like there's any special ones yet. It's probably in the next batch. But here's like 100 gold, bag of copper. 100 gold worth of copper. Treasure. Oh, that's so cool. All right, so here's all the minis and stuff. Oh, there's a Ashardalon right there. There's your die. You get there's only a D20, so that's the only die you need to roll. Super easy. Wow, these things are so strong scent-wise. Wow, look at that beautiful miniature. That's from 4th edition. That's from the minis game. They're just unpainted. And the cool thing is, guys, you can use these. You can use all these miniatures in your game, and you can use these tiles. You can use the tiles and put them together. Oh, look at that Otyugh. Or the Otyugh, however you want to say it. I don't care. All you name Nazis out there, it's a fantasy game. It's whatever you want to call it. So there's the Otyugh. That's beautiful. I definitely would paint that thing. And I'm going to start getting into painting miniatures. And these miniatures are going to be perfect to paint and to practice. So, this is just, it's official grid size, 1 by 1. The Otyugh's a large creature. So it's a pretty tough monster. Oh, wow. Holy cow. Wow, look at these grells, man. Yeah, these are grells. Grells are a hard miniature to find. And wow, I got 3 more grells. That's nice. I definitely want to paint these things, man. These are nice. And look, they're a medium-sized creature. They fit in 1 grid square. Isn't that perfect? There's a bunch of other stuff. There's a bear. There's bears, and there's looks like probably an ochre jelly. There's also a couple of kobolds, it looks like, or kobolds. I've heard people call them kobolds, kobolds. However you want to say it, I don't care. I know what you're saying, so I'm not going to correct anybody if it's wrong or if it's right. Why correct anyone? Who gives a shit, right? Who cares? Here's all of the NPCs. It looks like, yeah, here's the bad guys, like the NPCs and stuff. Yeah. And the miniatures these are the miniatures for the characters, actually. Yeah, pretty sweet, man. Here's more miniatures. I think the gray ones are the villains. The villains. Oh, look at that. That's probably a gazer. That's definitely a smaller one. A smaller beholder type. An aberration. Oh, wow. There's like an orc with a hood dress on and stuff. These would look excellent painted. The gray must be the villains. Definitely must be the villains. Here's more. There's like 5 or 6 bags of minis, man. And you can use these for your games. Why not? Here's looks like some undead. Looks like maybe some Nagas. Or no, not a Hydra, but Nagas. There's another skeleton. This looks like something. This looks some kind of bad guy. Oh, here's a Rage Drake. This is probably the Orc Shaman. Look at that. A large Rage Drake. That would be cool. Man, that's nice. Paint that bad boy. And then there's one more bag of monsters, too. Wow. This is so cool, man. Oh, look at that hobgoblin. That thing looks awesome. There's a maybe a duergar. I don't know. Dwarf duergar. There's a couple of archers in here. Looks like maybe an orc archer. But there's a bunch of minis, guys. So you can use those for your game and use those tiles too. Pretty nice. So you can just dump those in the mini bin right here, I guess. That's what I did with my Ravenloft board game. Look at that. He goes right in there too. Throw your dice in there. All your tiles will probably go in one of these squares. Just punch them all out. And then in the other one, get you some little bags and put your hit points in one bag and all your other special tokens in another one. Now, here's the cards. There's also more tiles here, too, on the bottom. And I'll pull those out. There's a bunch of other tile sheets. So we'll set those aside. But we'll open up these. Now, let's open up the tiles first. Because I want to see what kind of classes are in the Wrath of Ashardalon. There was a cleric, a ranger, rogue fighter, and a wizard. Basically the Trinity type of classes. Here's more tiles. Oh, okay, now here's your name tiles. Here's all of the special tiles that they'll tell you to put in, like the Horde Chamber will be in Adventure 5. I'm just saying they'll call for that, or 2 or a large Horde Chamber or whatever. You got more condition stuff and tokens for loot. Some more special tiles. Nice. I like it. Dire chambers. Vaults, tunnel exits. That's how you escape. That's how you win. Or you got to kill everything. It tells you in each adventure. An ancient battlefield, horde chamber, dire chamber. Okay, here's what I want to see. I want to see the character sheets. Now here is a dragonborn wizard, a human cleric, an elf paladin, a half-orc rogue, and you can see here's first level. You get experience for killing stuff, and you can level up your characters. And when you level it up, when you roll a 20, or if you get a special treasure card, you can level up your character that way and spend 5 experience points. So here's the second level versions of them, which has higher stats and all that other stuff. Here's a dwarf fighter. So it looks like they expanded with one more class, the paladin, which is cool. Here's all of the villain cards, the same thing. Has everything on there you need. And there's a Ashardalon. Wow, look at, yeah, just like Count Strahd von Zetovich's card. Yeah, this red dragon card's massive. And here's a start tile. It's a double tile, and that's where you start your adventures. And then here's your healing surge tokens. Oh, look at it, caltrops. Nice. Time cards, all that good stuff. Man, really cool. There's 13 sheets of punch-out cards. And all that stuff will fit in here and in all the small stuff. Now these cards are, and like I said, this is all cooperative. So whatever game you're going to play, whether it be the Legend of Drizzt or Ashardalon or Strahd or Tomb of Annihilation or Elemental Evil, all of these cards are all compatible with one another. So you can take all these cleric cards and use these cleric cards with the cleric cards from the other box set. Now let's see if there's Healing Word in here, because Healing Word was in the first one. So no, it looks like they're all totally different powers. My favorite cleric spell of all time, Blade Barrier. I killed Gary's character with Blade Barrier. Sorry, Gary, but you deserved it. So there's all the cleric powers. There's a dwarf power, so you can use all the different dwarf powers if you want. You choose from any one you want. Fighter cards, paladins, oh yeah. Half-orc race card. So you get cards for your race or for your class. Here's more wizard cards. Now here's curses. Wow. So you can get cursed. I guess that's probably an encounter. Yeah, it is. So you can see that those are encounter cards. And your class cards have the class on it or the race, whatever. So we'll put those in there. Here are all of the encounter cards. And there's different types of encounters. So there's some curses. There's environmental encounters. Kobold trappers surrounded. Here's some events. Wow. Here's attack attacking like traps, and I think these might be the traps. Are they? Yeah, they are. No, there's one trap. There's lava flow, but there's a bunch of other trap cards in Strahd, so you can use those too. So here's a bunch of attack events, cave-ins, pits, volcanics. Oh, I love it. So good. Here's another deck, which this deck has the monster cards and stuff, I would imagine. Treasure cards, stuff like that. Like I said, I can't stress it enough. These are all compatible with all the D&D Adventure Series board games. So let's see. Oh, here's more traps. So there are more traps. Here's all of the monsters. And see how the monsters are so nicely put together for 4th edition. It has Cave Bear Animal. Your armor class is here. Your hit points are there. Tactics, you go in order. So for the Cave Bear, if the Cave Bear is on the same tile as a hero, it attacks each hero on that tile with a Frenzy of Claws. Wow. Frenzy of Claws +6 and 2 damage. And then next, if the Cave Bear is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks with a Leaping Strike. Wow, so that's even better. +8. And then it does 2 damage, and you get the Dazed Condition, as you can see. And then otherwise, if the first 2 requirements aren't met, then the Cave Bear moves 1 full tile towards the closest hero. Pretty cool. And that's how all of the different Duergars, the Gibbering Mouthers, nice. Oh, so that wasn't an Ochre Jelly. That was actually a Gibbering Mouther. Grells, the Cultists, the Kobold Dragon Shields. Those were so awesome in 4th edition. I love those. Orc Archers, Legion Devils, Orc Smashers, Snakes. And like I said, ladies and gentlemen, you can use these in every single D&D game. Board game, that is. All compatible. So you can just keep expanding on your games. So let's take these encounter cards, these couple of trap cards, and put them here. All right. And then you can, these are standard card size, so you can put them in sleeves. I am totally letting this deck of cards whoop my ass. Come on, Dave. Tighten up over there. Magic item sword, +1 sword. Ooh, wow, +2 sword. So here's all your magic item cards. There's 2 different types of item cards. There's magic items, a bunch of potion of healings, potions, rings, staff of the elements. Wow. Warple. Whoa, look at this. The Vorpal sword's in there too. And then there's so there's magic items there. And then here are sequence of play cards that you can give to all your players that explains each phase. There's 3 phases to your turn. Here's all of the boons. So these are treasures too. These are instant. They're not permanent. So once you use a boon, that's it. You'd flip the card over. Here are some more encounters and adventure cards. So these are the different chambers, like the special named chambers. These are the cards that you would use. And here's the Adventure Ashardalon arrives. That's the card you do not want, especially at level 1. Wow. An Adventurer Attack, Ashardalon Breath. That's an event card, so I guess it'll just come into the room and blast you. And here's more. There's adventure cards here too. Alec. Wow. Okay, these are for, there's a card where you roll 1d20, and then depending on what you roll, this NPC appears. Depending on, you could see 17 to 20 all the way to 1 to 5. Really awesome, man. I love this stuff. And then there's all the cards, which is really cool. And that's everything with the game. You would, like I said, you would just take all this stuff, put it in the other trays. So I'm going to do a video on the mechanics on how to play this. I'm pretty confident I could play it right now because I've read it a couple times. The rule book is super small. There's only 12, 14 pages or something like that in it, and it explains every aspect of the game. There's 15 pages. And it's very nice, and it has 13 adventures. So you can download this in PDF form from Wizards of the Coast, and I would recommend you doing that first before you go out and spend anywhere between 40 and 80 bucks for one of these box sets. So, but this is from 2011, so there's not a lot out there that's brand new. And be careful if you buy any used ones, because they could be missing minis or tiles or anything like that. So, and then everything fits right back into the Wrath of Ashardalon box, and that's it. So I'll be doing all of the different adventures. I'll be trying to solo these adventures. And like I said, 1 to 5 players. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm excited about playing these. So like the video, leave a comment down below. Do you play these Dungeons and Dragons board games? I like how the mechanics are 4th edition. 4th edition, or it's such a great addition to make a board game. I really do. I think it's the perfect addition to do something like this. So they hit the nail on the head. And I didn't expect much when I've always seen these on eBay and Amazon, and I've seen these at, but when I saw this at the game store and I saw how big the box was with all the pieces, and I started doing a little bit of research, and I'm like, wow, I actually want to start playing these. These things look actually really fun. And it would probably get super crazy with 5 players, especially when you got 5 players taking turns, expanding the map even more monsters everywhere. Yeah, I think it would be, I think this would actually be a really fun game, especially with your friends. And like I said, the best thing is they're all compatible with one another. There's 5 of them. And this is number 2 that came out in early 2011. So like the video, thumbs it up, leave a comment. Appreciate it, you guys. And until next time, happy gaming. Keep it safe. Bye now.